With the recent events in Chapter 77, I thought it would be interesting to take a look at everything that's happened to Kawaki up until this point. He's gone through many different things, and all of them have finally culminated in this defining moment for not only his character, but the series as a whole. This is a deep dive into Kawaki. When Kawaki is first introduced, his character is a complete mystery. It isn't until we get his backstory that everything starts to make sense. As a child, Kawaki was abused by his alcoholic father and endured terrible conditions. Starvation, trafficking, beatings, you name it. After being called worthless by his own father, he was sold to Jigen, who adopted him under the pretense of good intentions. Along with dozens of other children, Kawaki was taken into an organization known as Kara and tested to see if he was compatible with the Karma, a mark that converts one into an Otsutsuki, allowing for their full resurrection. After being implanted with his Karma, Jigen violently beat, abused, and shaped Kawaki into what he called a hollow and empty child. This involved physical abuse, psychological manipulation, and severe cruelty on a daily basis. It's important to understand his backstory to fully grasp why he is acting the way he is now. A lot of people are claiming Kawaki suddenly changed and became this evil person out of the blue, but if you've been following his progression throughout the story, then his current actions in the manga should make a lot of sense. The kid went through so much shit, and his violent tendencies should be no surprise at this point. I'd argue he's got possibly the worst backstory out of any character in the Naruto franchise. I mean, at least people like Naruto, Gaara, and Sasuke had someone in their lives who cared for them. Kawaki was deprived of everything, which is why his whole world changed when he met Naruto for the first time. Naruto gave him a home, a family, and a village. He cared for him, taught him, and protected him with his life. As Kawaki put it himself, Naruto breathed life into him. From having absolutely nothing to getting everything from Naruto, an obsession and idolization of the 7th Hokage was only natural. This change first started to show itself when Kawaki rebuilt Himawari's face, symbolic of him putting the pieces of his broken life back together. His love and appreciation for Naruto showed more in the fight against Delta, when Kawaki sacrificed his arm in order to save him. This was something he'd likely never have considered doing for someone before. Later on, when Jigen attacked, Kawaki admitted he'd rather be a prisoner than lose Naruto. Kawaki went on to outsmart Ishiki with his newly learned Shadow Clone Jutsu, thanks to some last-second motivation. It turns out, Naruto's fatherly love had outweighed Jigen's scare tactics, and Kawaki was able to face his fears and take down his abuser. It was a truly poetic ending, but things weren't all sunshine and rainbows from there. Kawaki learned an important lesson. Otsutsuki are a different beast altogether, and in his view, the shinobi system isn't strong enough to handle their threat. Naruto was now vulnerable without karma, and in order to protect him, Kawaki needed power. Yet when he lost his karma after Ishiki's resurrection, that source of power was gone. Without a karma mark, he realized that he no longer had the strength necessary to protect his adopted father. And with the threat of Koden Borishiki lurking, Naruto was still highly in danger. This is where Amado could help. With his ulterior motives aside, Amado's offer to return Kawaki's karma was genuine. He was able to give Kawaki back that power he needed to keep Naruto safe, so long as Kawaki himself desired it, which he did. It's unclear whether or not his initial plan to sacrifice himself to Code was a bluff or not, but eventually he did reawaken his karma, giving him all of Ishiki's abilities and immense strength. In a crazy turn of events, he proceeded to kill Boruto as a pact he made to protect Naruto, in the event that Boruto lost control. This is when we truly realized that Kawaki's love for Naruto far outweighed any feelings or attachment he had to Boruto. In fact, he would quite literally kill Boruto if it meant keeping Naruto safe. Even further, after Boruto resurrected, Kawaki's first thought wasn't regret or remorse. It was guilt that he had failed at killing Boruto for good. Such a dark contrast from the boy from before, but he'd been pushed to this mindset by a past history of pure violence and fear of losing the most important person to him. All his life, Otsutsuki had tried and tried to take everything from him. Once again, sensing Momoshiki lurking inside Boruto was the breaking point. Kawaki had had enough and vowed to kill every last Otsutsuki, including Boruto himself. After confessing this to Naruto and Hinata, and rightfully taking severe backlash from them, he made the only option he could think of, sending them to another dimension. That way Naruto would be unable to get in his way and safe from any harm. There's no doubt in my mind that this is what he referred to when he said, "I'll send you to where I sent the 7th Hokage, Boruto." At this point, Kawaki is fully conscious and in control of his actions. As stated multiple times, Konoha basically has no one capable of controlling him. With completely free reign over his actions, his next step will most likely be killing Boruto for good. Many people have theorized for years that Kawaki was controlled by Ishiki in the time skip fight against Boruto, but this chapter disproved that. Kawaki has developed borderline personality disorder, with incredibly rash decision making and mood changes. It's honestly surprising that he isn't more messed up in the head considering the trauma he went through. When I see people online complaining about his character and calling him crazy, ungrateful, and filled with hatred, I find it funny because we all should have seen this coming. There are many parallels between Kawaki's role in Boruto and Sasuke's role in Naruto. History seems to repeat itself when it comes to the Narutoverse, and this is no exception. Kawaki may seem out of character at this point, but it's not hard to see what led to this breaking point. He laid his heart out on the table, knew that Naruto wouldn't understand, and even accepted the consequence of dying for the cause. If it's to protect his father, he's willing to do anything. Now I know a lot of people are concerned with how little Kawaki cares for Boruto, who still is his adoptive brother, but Boroshiki has threatened what he loves on multiple occasions, and he senses it's only a matter of time until he may lose everything. Having lived his life with two terrible fathers, Kawaki simply can't see the value of a son to a father, and now he sees no solution to his problem except by using violence, because that's all he's ever been taught. So his solution is to kill the problem, literally. Even if Boruto is his brother, killing him will lead to the greater good in his mind. In fact, that's the exact same logic Sasuke used against Naruto. In my opinion, Kawaki is the best written character in the manga. It's been so interesting to watch him evolve as a character throughout the story. I'm looking forward to what happens next in the manga, and I hope we can see the final Boruto vs Kawaki fight very soon.